Good evening. My name is Brian Rushi, and I am presenting my personal case study for LED 510 final presentation at Colorado Christian University. This case study is regarding layoffs at the City of Grand Junction, a personal case study. The facts of this case study are as follows. On November 9th, 2016, the Grand Junction Daily Sentinel reported that to balance the 2017 budget, the City of Grand Junction has laid off 13 employees. I was one of those employees. A total of 31 employee positions have been eliminated, reclassified, or changed within the City of Grand Junction organization since June of 2016. These reductions have allowed the city to reach a goal of saving $1.1 million in labor costs. One of the highlights of this article was the success of the voluntary reductions in force that was implemented prior to deciding on layoffs. These voluntary reductions in force accounted for approximately 1/5 of the total cuts. Despite these measures, however, the city will still be adding staff in 2017, primarily in the public safety realm to address the priorities established by City Council. There are some other changes that I outlined in my case study as well. So the discussions questions for an ethics class are as follows. Were the methods used by the city to achieve a balanced budget legal? Were they in the best interest of the city? A second question is, were the methods used by the city to achieve a balanced budget ethical, as different than legal? Were they consistent with the values of the community? And lastly, the case study will ask, where were the methods used by the city to achieve a balanced budget moral? Were they consistent with a Christian worldview? So in establishing a educator's guide for this particular case study, I've set up a framework for critical thinking. What I would ask the students to incorporate at a minimum as part of this case study analysis are concepts such as the employment at will and due process provisions, management for stakeholders, the concept of management for stakeholders. Also, we learned about Kantian theory of respect for persons, and this should be incorporated into an analysis of the case study. As the course went on, we studied the model for values-aligned leadership, which I believe used in a rigorous thought process by students of this particular study would ideally produce a different outcome. Though I don't know what that outcome would be, it's something that I have struggled with myself, and think that there are some very sound merits to this particular model in going about something such as layoffs. And lastly, I discussed whether there is a need for and an importance of having a Christian theist worldview in light of this decision making. So my final thoughts on this case study are that it provides a snapshot of an ethical dilemma that has obviously had some real world implications. My personal pursuit in a Master's of Organizational Leadership has allowed me to share and hopefully apply knowledge not out of selfish ambition, but in considering others, fellow students as well as future leaders, better than myself. That's from Philippians 2:3, paraphrased a bit. I appreciate the opportunity to take this course and to put my thoughts on paper, and I hope that the case study will be valuable to those who read and disseminate it in the future. Thank you for your time.